Welcome to class. The last video you watched showed you how to do linear programming using maximization. In this video, we're going to do linear programming, but this time we're going to look at it from the point of view of minimization. Now, I want to explain the concept real quick before we even solve a question. In minimization, you still have an objective function that you're looking at, but you also have your constraints, right? In minimization, you tend to most likely are trying to reduce costs. And so the goal is the least costly combination of the variables that a business wants to do. And so the goal is I'm reducing costs. If you look at maximization, you are maximizing profit. And so those are the two different scenarios there. So we have a couple of examples here. I'm going to try and solve maybe 1 and 2, and then give you a chance to get some extra credit for yourself. And we're also going to use Desmos to show us how our results look like from that point of view. So Desmos graphs our work and shows us area where our likely results will lie. So let's look at a simple example, right? So this is, we're told basically that this is a cost function here. So 4x plus 10y. And our constraints are 2x plus y is greater or equal to 50, and x plus 2y is greater or equal to 40. We can see both scenarios, x and y is greater or equal to 0. So that means our result will have to be positive. Now, we can solve this just like we did in maximization. So let's make it easy. So we're going to say our objective. I'm just going to say objective here. And then I'm going to put our values here, right? X and Y, because we want to know what the value of X and Y would be. And so that will be somewhere here. So I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to color this. And then I'm going to come here and maybe let's take this one out and put it somewhere here. And so I'm going to go here and put our constraints. Why do I feel like I spelled that wrong? All right, so we're going to put our constraints there. And these are our constraints, right? These two are constraints. And so our objective function here will be right here, right? We'll put it right here. So that's 4x plus 10y, 4x plus 10y. And so we're going to come here and say, okay, that's going to be 4. Remember, it's 4x, so 4 times x. So 4 times what x is, plus 10 times y, right? So now we have the objective. So we now have two constraints. The first one is 2x plus y. It's greater or equal to 50, right? And so I'm just going to go here and just make it easy for us so we just remember. All right, and so 2x plus y. So that'll be equal to 2 times x plus y, right? So we got the first one, and we're told it's equal to 50. And the second one, we're told is x plus 2y. So x plus 2 times y will be 40. So you see, we've created scenarios for ourselves, right? So now what you do is you go to data, you select your solver here. And so now it's asking if what's the objective. We know that, right? We know our objective is this value here, which stands for this. This is a minimization question, so we'll do minimize. It's asking us which variable cells are we dealing with, and it's these 2 cells. See that? And it's asking us to, we're going to have to add the constraints. So you just come here, the first constraint is this, right? And we have to change this so that it's this sign, and it's this number. All right. And then we add the second constraint, this. Make sure we change this. And that's the number. And then we say, okay, we're done. All right. This is checked because we want it to be, we don't want non-negative numbers, right? Because remember, x is greater or equal to 0, y is greater or equal to 0. If that was the other case, if you said x could be less than 0, then we would uncheck this. And then you have non-linear. You can leave it this way. You can use simplex linear programming. It's still the same. And you can click your answer. So we hit OK. And you see our answer tells us that we'll have to do 40 of x and none of y to be able to get a minimum cost reward already at $60. So remember, he's saying that x and y, x needs to be 40, y needs to be 0 for us to get a minimum cost of what? 160. And how did we get this 160? Well, we can use this, right? So if we do here, remember we said this is 4, right? Remember here, that's 4, multiply 4, x, right? That's 40, right? Plus, we have 10 multiplied by 0. And so you can see that's how we got our 160. Now we can also use Desmos to show us. I want to show you how Desmos works so you can appreciate it. All right. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to share my Desmos. Give me 1 second, let me pull that up. 1 second, have that pulled up. And that way you can see. All right. So you can see Desmos, right? Now I can go ahead and provide the data here, and Desmos will show me where my minimization areas would be. So remember, it was our constraints was 2x plus y, right? Was greater or equal to 50. So greater or equal to 50, right? And then so it's telling me that results of that will be in green, right? So maybe if I do it in here, I'll be able to find that. So you can see where it is. Now I can do the second one. That one, the second one says x plus 2y is greater or equal to 40. See? So what it does, Desmos does, is it shows you, it helps to show you areas where the feasible results would be. And in this case, because when you're minimizing, you always shade away. When you're maximizing, you shade towards the origin. So in this case, we got to choose the numbers that are close to the origin because we're minimizing, right? And so that would be this. This is a possibility. 0 and 50 is a possibility. 20 and 10 is a possibility. And 40 and 0 are possibilities. So you can see we have 3 possible answers here: 0, 50, 20, 10, and 40, 0. Now let's look at which one was probably the correct one, right? So we got 3 options there. So let's go back to our Excel. And we're going to use our Excel to help us show us which one is the correct one. Because remember, we already have the answer, but I wanted to show you how Desmos could also help you get an answer if you had to solve a question involving minimization. All right, let's ensure that we're sharing the correct thing. All right, so let's go to what Desmos said. So remember x and y. and y, right? Remember when we did decimals, we got three answers. The first one said 0 and 50. So that was 0 and 50 because there are other pairs, right? So that's x and y. The second one that we got said 20 and 10. So 20 and 10. And the third one told us that our answer would probably be 40 and 0. 40 and 0. Now, let's see which combination, because these are the three combinations that we have, right? Physical combination here. And remember, the goal is to minimize our cost. So we want to get the lowest cost possible. Let's try each of them. So let's try the first one. I'm going to make it easy for us. Because this says 4 times x and 10, right? I'm just going to go here and just write 4. I'm going to write 10. And the goal is just so that I can be able to easily solve it. So I'm going to say equal to, this is 4 multiplied by this value plus, right, 10 multiplied by this value. And I can put, let's just do it slowly and surely. So you can see this is 500. Well, let's try the other one. All right. Another one, we have 4 multiplied by 20 plus this multiplied by 10, 180. And then the third one, we don't have to do it, right? Because we already have that here, it's 160. You can see, right, in all the three of them, right, this is going to cost, this combination is going to cost us $500. This combination is going to cost us 180. This one is the cheapest combination we have. And so this is why we, to be able to lower the cost or to get the best option for this company, it will be 40 of X and what? None of Y. I hope this makes sense. And we can also even try another one. I can try another example 2, and it's the same process, right? Look at example 2, right? We can see that the same thing can actually work, right? We have our objective function here, and we have our constraints here. We can do the same thing, right? So I can go ahead and say, okay, this is X and this is Y, just like how we did in the past one, right? And maybe just put it right here. Then I can say the objective function, just going to write objective here. And that will just be equal to 8, multiplied by X here plus 16 multiplied by Y. And so that gives me an objective. Then I can now say my constraints. And I can do the same thing we did in the previous one, right? Remember, it was 9, this is 9 and 10, so it's going to come here and say 9, and here's what, 10. And so now our constraints now, this is going to be equal to X plus 5 Y. And the second one, 2 times X, right? So it's going to be 2 times X plus 2 times Y. See, real quick, right? It doesn't, you can see it once you know this, right? It's really quick. You don't have to, it doesn't take you more than 3 minutes to solve a question. In fact, even less than, right? Because you just know what to select. And you know that once you select it, Excel would do it all for you. So now we just have to add. And so if I'm adding, I just want to make sure that it's this. And so the first one, I'll select this. Then I'll select this number. I'll click add. And I'll select this one. I'll make sure that it's this. And then I select this number. Then I say, okay. That's all there is, right? And I hit solve. And select okay. So now it tells me that it's 4 and 1. I need to have 4 of X, 1 of Y, and to give me 48. Same process. I can go back into Desmos and we can run this over again. So let me just show you that. I hope that when I do two examples, it helps to make more sense than if we had only one example, right? So that's why I'm doing the second example here. All right, so here, we're going to go back. We're going to delete these numbers, or these values, and we're going to type in the one we have. So this is going to be x plus 5y 9, right? So maybe we should make it a little bit bigger, right? So that it gives us, so x plus 5y is equal to 9, and the second one is 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. So you see we have 0 and 5, 4 and 1, and 0 and 9, 9 and 0, sorry. So the same thing works. You can put the three of them and try to see which one will give you the smallest value, right? Just like how we ran it with the first one, and we were able to get our answer. So we can do x and y, and I'm going to show you this real quick. I just wanted to write it down, and then I'll show you. 5, 4, and 1, and remember the other one is what? 9 and 0. So 9 and 0. Stop sharing, and I'm going to pull up all right, so you can see we have the three of them, right? And we can try each of them with this one, right? So remember, this is going to be equal to have 8 times 0 plus 16 times 5. We can see we've got 80. This second one, we don't need to do it because we've done it before. We know the answer was 48. Then we can do the third one, which is equal to 8 times 9 plus 16 plus 0. So you can see this is the reason why this is our answer, because this is the lowest cost. Remember, in maximization is profits, you're looking for the highest value. In minimization is cost, you're looking for the lowest cost. And you can see in the two examples, we're able to show you the answer with Excel and also show you with a graph, and Desmos is an easy, quick graph that you can use in solving these questions. I hope this makes sense for you. If it did, I'm hoping that you can try the extra credit. So let's do some extra credit questions, and you can see we have a couple of them here, and they're not difficult at all. They're just same as what I did, right? So I want to do question 3, example 3, and example 5 for extra credit for this week. So I submit that on or before Sunday, right? So just want to make sure that, so question 3, example 3, I mean, and example 5, and see how comfortable you are with solving questions involving this. All right, I hope this was helpful. You all have a great day.